Alright, welcome back to the Blender 3 Docwalk. This document is the introduction to 3D viewport navigation. Okay, now while this document specifically is under the 3D viewport heading, this is typical behavior and typically utilizable throughout most of Blender's editors. Most of what we talk about in this navigation area is something that you can use throughout most editors in Blender. Okay, before we get started, quick note: if you don't have a third mouse button or a mouse wheel or a number pad on your keyboard, go back and revisit, right, for the no middle mouse button, no scroll wheel, or no number pad on your keyboard. Go back and visit the Docwalk number 10, I believe it is number 10, for configuring peripherals, where it kind of goes over different things and workarounds you can do for that sort of stuff. So yeah, I'll also leave a link to that configuring peripherals video in the description, so you can just quickly click on it. I think it's like 8 minutes or something like that. All right, moving on. Okay, so we're going to talk about the navigation gizmo and these over here, these icons over here. So this is your navigation gizmo. It's a pretty cut and dry guy. You'll notice that as I, alter my perspective within the 3D viewport, it is also moving and reorienting itself according to how my perspective currently is. But there's a few tricks that it can do. If I want to align myself directly with the positive X side of the X-axis, I just click on that. If I want to flip to the negative side, or quote unquote negative side, I just click on it again and it'll flip me over to the other side. I can also just simply click and drag to alter my viewport itself. So pretty nifty little guy there. Now these tools over here, this is obviously zoom. All I have to do is just click on it, hold my left mouse button down, and drag up or down, and it will zoom in and out. I like the scroll wheel. I feel like it's a lot faster. Yeah, no, I like the scroll wheel. It's a lot faster. So, but if you don't have a scroll wheel, you can just click on that, click and drag up and down, or left and right. But it has a bit of a limited range, and it seems to just always want to just zoom in. Yeah, it's a bit of a limited creature. I mean, it is. All right, next one is your pan. This one's a little bit more useful. If you just want to use your left mouse button, click and drag, and then you can simply drag left and right. It is the pan tool. Pan left, right, up, down, whatever. Next one is your camera view. So you just click on it once, no dragging required here. So just click on it and it takes you right into your camera view. If you recall, the 0 key on your number keyboard or on your number pad does the same thing. 0, 0, 0, 0. So yeah, same sort of gig there. And lastly, this toggles your orthographic projection. And what that means is, I will show you. Okay, you'll notice how that just kind of looks a little off and not very 3D-ish. And then I'll click it again, and now it has more depth to it. That's what that does. So you'll notice that in non-orthographic mode, that this square up here representing this kind of area of the floor is much larger than, say, this tiny little square back here representing that area of the floor back there, by at least hundreds of times larger. Well, this gets rid of that dimensionality, that perspective, kind of vanishing point sort of perspective. So if I click on that, now all the tiles on the floor everywhere are the exact same size. So this gets rid of your vanishing points. It gets rid of dimensionality. It gives you a flat, sort of just matter-of-fact, kind of look on your scene. And this is useful, by the way. It's actually really useful. I use it all the time. The keyboard shortcut for orthographic projection is 5. Okay, on your number pad, it's 5. And this is so super useful. Like when you're trying to line things up, or for example, when you do above view and from underneath view, like top and bottom views, these are both in orthographic view. If I hit 5, you'll notice that it kind of shifts. So anytime you're jumping directly to looking down one of your axes, it jumps right into orthographic view. So every single time I do this is all in orthographic view. But yeah, orthographic. But 5 gets you out of that. And typically, if you are, if you hit 1, 3, or 7, or Control 1, 3, or 7, simply rotating out of that, okay, or click and dragging your middle mouse button will pull you right back into perspective view. But yeah, super useful. I mean, I don't know how you could get anything done without it, honestly. Because how else are you supposed to line up, three-dimensional objects on a two-dimensional screen without just flattening everything so you can, line them up? I mean, if you didn't have orthographic view, it would make modeling close to impossible. I mean, truly, it is one of the godsends of the 3D modeling, because it just would be utterly impossible to do any sort of proper alignment and modeling and making sure things are lined up in the same size without it. You would be doing so much guesswork, it would be crazy. All right, anyway, that is it for the introduction to this navigation section. So I will see you guys next time as we get into all the intricacies of actually navigating using your keyboard, using your mouse throughout the viewport. Again, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, if you found it useful, go ahead and subscribe. If you think there are others out there that you think might benefit from watching this, go ahead and share it with them. All right, I will see you guys in the next one.